Keeping your UniFi Dream Router firmware up to date is crucial for maintaining optimal network security, performance, and accessing the latest features. Regular firmware updates provide security patches, bug fixes, and performance enhancements that keep your network running smoothly. The UniFi Dream Router is a powerful networking device that combines routing, switching, and wireless capabilities in a single unit. The distinctive blue LED ring indicates the device status and provides visual feedback during operation. To update your UniFi Dream Router firmware, you'll need to access the UniFi controller through a web browser. Open your preferred browser and enter the IP address or domain name of your UniFi controller. Then log in using your administrator credentials. Once logged into the UniFi controller, navigate to the Devices section in the left-hand menu. This will display all your managed UniFi devices, including access points, switches, and your Dream Router. Select your UniFi Dream Router from the device list to view its detailed information. This page will show the current firmware version, device status, and various configuration options, including maintenance settings. Look for the Check for Updates button or any indication of available firmware updates. If an update is available, you'll see an upgrade button that will initiate the firmware update process. During the firmware update process, you'll see a progress indicator showing the update status. The device will automatically reboot once the update is complete. This process typically takes a few minutes, and it's important not to power off the device during this time. After the reboot is complete, your UniFi Dream Router will be running the latest firmware version with improved security, performance enhancements, and any new features. The update process ensures your network infrastructure remains secure and operates at peak performance. Sometimes the UniFi controller GUI becomes inaccessible due to network issues, limited internet access, or an unresponsive interface. In these situations, you can perform manual firmware updates using SSH or Secure Shell. SSH updates are essential when the graphical interface is unresponsive, when you have limited internet connectivity, or when experiencing network issues that prevent normal GUI access. The first step is to download the desired firmware update file from the official UniFi Community Releases page at community.ui.com/releases. Make sure to download the correct firmware version for your specific UniFi Dream Router model. Next, use an SCP application to copy the firmware file to the device's temporary folder. On Windows, you can use WinSCP or PowerShell. On macOS and Linux, use the terminal. The SCP command copies the firmware file to the /tmp directory on your UniFi device. After transferring the firmware file, establish an SSH connection to your UniFi device. Use an SSH client like Terminal on macOS and Linux or PuTTY on Windows. Connect using the device's IP address and your administrator credentials. Finally, execute the appropriate firmware update command. For newer firmware versions, use the ubnt systool fdupdate command. For older versions, specifically version 1.112 and below, use the ubnt upgrade command instead. The device will automatically reboot after the update completes. The firmware update process will begin automatically. You'll see progress indicators as the system applies the new firmware. The device will reboot once the update is complete, and your UniFi Dream Router will be running the latest firmware version.